Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I'm going to relax, get in my place of Zen, do a little arts and crafts, and talk to you guys about something a subscriber tried to point out. And it's kind of funny because a subscriber basically insinuated that I was ignorant when it comes to actual supplements, training, that they are actually supplements prescribed everything else. And he essentially tried to tell me that it's really hard to get enough vitamins and minerals through your diet when you're a hard training individual. Which, let's start with some of the myths there. This is some of the misconceptions and nonsense that we oftentimes see inside the fitness industry, particularly influenced by the supplement market or supplement industry itself. Sorry guys, I'm still waking up here. Where do we start? Let's start with the fact about the hard training individuals. All right, big problem there. First of all, this person, like many other people who lift weights seriously, seem to have these weird ideas in their head that they're special, that they have special magical needs that other people don't have. That because they lift weights for an hour a day, that they somehow magically need tons of these additional supplements in their body to deplete what they've like secreted out of their body or used up or something. Alright, first of all, the amount that you train short of doing extreme endurance events such as marathon running and stuff, meaning if you're not doing several hours of cardio a day, like 4, 5, 6 hours of cardio a day, your nutritional needs for most vitamins and minerals are no different. Even if you're a 250-pound bodybuilder, your needs are no different than your 130-pound mom who kind of just sits on the couch and chills most of the day and doesn't exercise at all. You don't need more vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin A, things like that than they do. The only thing you might need more of are some of your electrolytes, like vitamins, minerals, or like basically sodium, potassium, maybe magnesium, things like that. People have these weird ideas about that, or that that they somehow put more stress on their body than someone who does a physical labor job all day. Guess what? You don't. They burn through more calories and energy than most of you guys do. But here's the caveat with that. Most people who are training hard are eating a minimum of 500 calories, maybe 1,000, maybe 1,500 calories more than a lot of just normal everyday people. What do you think is in those extra calories? I mean, unless you guys are getting it from table sugar or refined vegetable oil, guess what? That extra 500 or 1,000 calories most of you are eating has vitamins and minerals in it. You're already getting oftentimes way more of these things than the average person is, just through the nature of your diet. Furthermore, most people who train really hard tend to be more health conscious. They tend to eat more whole foods also. A bigger percentage of their diet, usually with some exceptions, comes from whole foods. What do you think is in those whole foods? Vitamins and minerals, phytonutrients. That's why you're choosing them over the other foods. So actually, it is extremely easy for most hard training individuals to get more than enough vitamins and minerals from their diet. They're the least likely people to actually need a vitamin or a mineral supplement compared to the average person, because you're simply consuming way more in your diet usually, and you don't actually need more than they do. Let that sink in for a minute. Mathematically speaking, because you don't really need more of these things, that's a myth that you do because you train hard. You're not special. You don't need more, but you're probably consuming in many cases 2 or 3 times as much as the average person of these things. Who's more likely to possibly need a vitamin or mineral supplement? Furthermore, this whole myth that people who train somehow need more of these things has actually led to some harmful things. How many of you guys know that there are studies out there showing that supplementing with vitamin C or vitamin E actually blunts your training response to lifting weights or resistance training? So people thinking they need more of these things, actually when they go supplement it in supplement form, there are studies showing that it can blunt the training response, because all of the additional antioxidants, particularly if you take them shortly after training or immediately before training, it can blunt the training response because the antioxidants can reduce some of the inflammatory responses and everything in the body that are required to stimulate new growth and to adapt to training. So actually, in this case, some of these supplements that people are supplementing thinking they need more of, they're actually hurting their muscle gains. That's food for thought. Now, the next topic that comes up, let me jump back real quick. And as far as the electrolytes go, if you're consuming 1,000 calories more than another person, odds are you're probably getting plenty, especially whole foods, you're getting plenty of your potassium and magnesium and things. You're unlikely to have a problem there. And usually if you're deficient in something, it's because you went on a weird restrictive diet of some type. Meaning instead of eating a really varied diet, you cut entire food groups out because you're running some sort of restrictive diet. That's more likely to be your problem than anything else if you do develop a deficiency in one. Now, onto the medical thing. Well, you know what? Just because medical doctors prescribe supplements doesn't mean have anything to do with this over-the-counter stuff that most people are taking. What does that have to do with any of it? Most of the over-the-counter supplements you're taking aren't regulated. Not to a large degree. They're usually mislabeled. You don't know what you're getting half the time in it or what the real dose is, whereas in the pharmaceutical stuff is stronger and it's regulated by the FDA. Their prescription. So to compare that with what you're taking is totally different. In fact, the reason some of these things are prescription is because they're dangerous. Meaning a true serious iron supplement being given to someone who doesn't need it because they're not deficient, if you were to be taking what they're taking, it could actually hurt you. In this case, we're not really talking about a supplement anymore. We are talking about a drug because this is something that is being prescribed for a medical need. It's comparing the two is a really, really ridiculous because, again, you're dealing with something that really is strong, regulated, and has an actual need. It's considered to be a drug for all purposes. That's why it requires a prescription. It's not the same thing when we talk about people going in and buying an over-the-counter supplement. Number two, if you're just self-medicating with these things because, you think you need an iron supplement but you have no actual evidence, you're potentially hurting yourself. So again, people are trying to compare getting medical advice based on blood work from a doctor and getting a prescription substance given to them in concentrated form. They're trying to compare that to an over-the-counter supplement. If you really and truly think that you have a deficiency in some metal or something like that, the last thing you really should be doing, unless you really have it on good authority and maybe your doctor is trying to save you some money because they know that you don't have insurance or you're broke, to just self-medicate with these things is actually really reckless. So again, we're going back to the point of trying to use over-the-counter supplements to do something that a prescription substance under the care of a physician is supposed to be doing. Again, without having a really good reason to do so is reckless. So this has nothing to do with the average person's needs. And it's, again, intellectually dishonest when we talk about the supplement industry and these over-the-counter products that people are taking to then compare that with the prescription grade stuff that's being given under the care of a physician with an actual medical need because they have a true deficiency versus people taking these things because they think, I lift weights, I work out, I have a magical need for more of this stuff than the average person because I'm special. The reality is you're not special, and again, you shouldn't be supplementing metals like iron or zinc or anything else into your body, metals particularly. Taking a metal supplement without medical recommendation to do so is, I'm just going to be blunt, it's fucking stupid. You are literally borderline fucking retarded and you want to die and hurt yourself. That's the nicest way I can say it. If you think that you should be taking an over-the-counter medical supplement, an over-the-counter metal supplement when you don't have a medical cause to do so, is fucking retarded. That's losing my places in there, but seriously, it's fucking retarded, and anyone advocating that you do so is an asshole, and they're trying to fucking hurt you, and they should probably be thrown in prison. Just saying. They're a bad person. So any YouTuber who's telling you guys, Oh, you need a zinc supplement. Oh, you need an iron supplement. They're a bad person. They are trying to hurt you. They actually are physically trying to cause you harm. You shouldn't be supplementing, going to be buying a zinc supplement or an iron supplement for your muscle gains. That is not a legitimate reason for these. It's unlikely to help you gain muscle, and it is actually likely to cause you physical harm. So anyone giving you that advice is actually trying to hurt you. They're an asshole. And that includes some of these people like Mark Lobliner, who are telling people to take zinc supplements and ZMA and stuff like that. No, unless you do not take a metal supplement, unless a medical doctor or a registered dietitian or someone has given you the advice to do so. You should never self-medicate with a metal just on your own because someone thinks it'll help you gain muscle mass. It's reckless and it's stupid. I just needed to throw that out there near the end here because that's really important. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.